I'm tired of being single. I'm ready to meet my husband, get married, have kids. Enjoy your single season. Your season is for a reason. Yep, you shouldn't even desire it. So why are you married? That's not the point. Until you become content and happy being alone, God won't bring him to you. You can't want a husband in order to get one. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. First of all, you may not even get a husband. Statistically speaking, I just don't see how it's possible. So it's too hard for God. That's not what I said. I'm just saying, based on the statistics, man, you guys are horrible comforters.
I am so beyond sick of being that single friend. You know, the single friend. You know, the one that has no responsibilities and can just hop on a plane tomorrow and go on that girls trip. The one that you can call up on a Tuesday night and be like, hey, I'm going on a double date. Can you come? I'm hanging out with this guy and he has a bunch of friends. Do you want to come? Like, just want to be like, no, I can't because my husband is home and I'm going to make dinner for him tonight. I'm so sick of just being like the one that doesn't get a +1 when she's invited to weddings. So honestly, someone needs to wife me up because I'm tired of being that girl.
Girl, is he great or you're just tired of being alone? Is he awesome? Or are you just like wanting to not be the seventh wheel at the dinner? Are you getting everything you need? Or are you just tired? I just think it's worth really looking at these things.
Why is dating so hard? I just want to meet somebody that I like. I just want to I'm so tired. I'm so tired of getting excited and then having them be disappointing. I'm so tired of it. And I know that's dating. I get it, okay? I understand you gotta find the right person, but I'm exhausted.
I got triggered about being the only single person once again. And the underlying feelings behind all of this was the fact that I just really am tired of feeling like I have to sit on the sidelines and cheer for everybody else while they're in these beautiful dream relationships. Like hearing all of the girls talk about how their men are going to spoil them on Valentine's Day and all the cute things that their men are doing for them. And it's really getting old having to sit back and smile and be happy for everyone else while I continuously have to go year after year not getting to celebrate this made-up holiday. Like, all I could think to myself last night was, when is it going to be my turn to get to tell everyone what my man is doing for me and how my man and I are going to celebrate Valentine's Day? And it's not that I'm not happy for them. I really am, because the people in my life, the women in my life specifically, deserve the men that are in their lives. But I just feel so isolated whenever these kinds of conversations are happening, because I'm just sitting there like, oh, I love that for you. Meanwhile, I am just sitting there wondering, will I ever get to say this to other people? Not to mention, I feel like I have nothing to contribute to these kinds of conversations because everyone's just like going around in a circle talking about what they're doing with their men, and I'm just sitting there just nodding and smiling, but also dying inside because I just once again can't relate. But also at the same time, like, I'm moving in 4 months, so there's no point for me to even date right now, so I can't even get mad about that. But yeah, I think this is the first year I'm actually really allowing myself to grieve not having a Valentine, because all the other years I was like, oh, I don't care about Valentine's Day, it's so stupid. But this year I'm like, no, I actually really want to celebrate this cheesy, corny holiday with someone, and I want to tell everyone about it. So yeah, this is just one of the downsides of being the only single person left. Typically, it actually really doesn't bother me at all, but in situations like this where I have nothing to add to the conversation and I feel so left out, that's when it hits me the hardest.
Alexa, come on now. Come on. Alexa, be serious. Girl, you sit up there and said you probably passed by the man that would have been good for you. Y'all be saying that type of stuff. I guess y'all forget. Y'all be saying, I probably should have given this guy a chance, but I didn't because I felt he was this, and this. He didn't come up to my standard. He'd meet my standard, which, by the way, I see you got your little makeup on. Looks good. Good for you. But y'all continue to do this thing to where y'all forget y'all have said and done things in the past to where now you're like, man, why can't I find a man? How come I can't find anybody to be interested in me? Well, I don't know, Alexa. Maybe because you're passing over the guys that would do you right. The guys that don't actually look bad. The guys that, if you look at your friends, partners, you're like, oh, that's a relatively good looking guy. I don't even know if I would have ever gone for him. But man, has he really blossomed? When, back when, 2 or 3 years ago, he was a good guy then, but man, he's a really solid guy now. I would have never even known. Exactly. Because you're looking for a certain type of man. You're looking in, I don't want to say the wrong places, but just the way that you think about it, most modern women, their mindset is very box-like. And when I say that, I mean, they're not out of the box thinkers. They don't get creative with what they're looking for. It's very much cookie cutter type. Obviously you have to have the basics, but it's very much, I want him to be this, 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 and this, 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 and this, 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 and this. And you're like, man, that sounds like what 200 other women have said. And that's the only guy like that. Why don't you go for this guy who might not be an engineer, but he does pretty much all of the same things that this guy does, but maybe he's not the ultra good looking guy. He's a good guy. Why don't you go for him? That's an option. No, I don't want a Civic. I want a Bentley. You don't need a Bentley. You need what you need. I mean, you don't even need a Civic, honestly and truly. A Civic, for what you actually need, would be an upgrade. And this is a brand new Civic, or a gently used, a lightly used Civic. You can just take this one and get to where you're getting. And by the way, if you drive this Civic, it's cheaper on maintenance. So technically, if you wanted to, you could repaint. I mean, the paint job is fine now, but you can repaint the Civic. You can get the engine tuned up and fixed, and it won't be so hard on your pocketbook. It runs. It has AC. Tires are good. Transmission's good. It's a good car. It's a fantastic, but it's not the best car. Does it need to be the best car to get you where you're trying to go? Did you not hear what I just said? It has good, low mileage, AC, great engine, strong, powerful engine, strong transmission. Everything is great. It's got some dings here and there that you can't really even see. That's cosmetic stuff. You can fix it. You can fix that type of stuff. But that's what I was talking about. Modern women don't think outside the box. They only say, man, I want the Bentley. And not only do I want the Bentley, I want the Bentley fully loaded. I want the Bentley customized, and I deserve that. No, you don't. You don't deserve any of that. Nope. I don't know who does. But this is what you need over here. Just take the car. It's a good car. And don't be screaming and hollering and, oh man, I gotta walk everywhere. My feet are tired. It's hot outside. Well, you could have got a car. You could have been rolling. Everybody told you to go with that car, but you just had to have a Bentley. You said either I get a Bentley or I'm walking everywhere. And now you're walking everywhere. And you're having second thoughts and doubts about having to walk everywhere. Instead of just dropping your pride. I don't even know where the pride comes from. I don't even know why you have some sort of pride and ego. Just go get the freaking car and be happy.
To all the girls that say they want to be in a relationship, but they love their single lives. You don't realize that you love your single life, but the reason why you're not in a relationship is because you really actually love being single. You love not having to tell anyone your plans or ask anyone what they think. You don't want to live for someone else. You don't want to stretch yourself and make room for someone else, and not just in your closet, but in your heart. To all the girls that say they want to be married, in fact, you tell people all the time that that's the greatest desire of your heart. I just want to be married. But you continue to date and entertain emotionally unavailable men. Continually, over and over again, lather, rinse, repeat. You know what that says? That says that you actually really don't want to be married. You don't, because you continue to allow men who are not interested in marriage, they're not interested in any type of commitment, into your life to waste your time, to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time anymore. And so let's start unpacking these heart boxes, because obviously there's some stuff in there that's keeping you from what you want. You're not stuck out here. You're only stuck in here. And so let's get unstuck.
Exactly. By the way, like and subscribe. Push this video on the algorithm. Let's go into the next clip.
22% of single women say they're tired of emotionally mentoring the men they date.
What does that look like?
To be honest, it is exhausting because, I mean, I don't think that I've dated a lot of people, but I think that I have enough like experience to know things. And sometimes having to be like, okay, well, you should be doing this, or you should, that is exhausting because, all right, that's why it's exhausting for me, because I'm the type of person that don't feel like they need to be mentoring anybody at this big old age. So I don't like to open my mouth and say, hey, I think that you should be doing this, and I require this, and now I know that part I should be doing, because if I require something and I like someone and they like me, then I should be telling them how they should be loving me and all of this and all of that. But it's just like the simple things. If you can't do the simple things, if I have to tell you how to do the simple thing, maybe you're not for me. Because
do you find that like that is a common thread amongst males, I guess, in your dating age group?
Yes. And I say that just from knowing guys I'm friends with, other friends and their dating situations, because me, I don't let too many people talk to me. So where guys get their dating mentorship from, I think that that's very important. Like, I don't know where they get their mentorship from.
Somebody in the comments said emotional mentoring just equals manipulating. Somebody else said emotional mentoring is just a new word for nagging. Somebody else said she basically said nothing. Exactly. Another guy says the prevailing narrative a man is supposed to versus a woman deserves. Exactly.
I'm gonna say some real shit right now. Some days I fucking hate being single. I miss being in a relationship, and it's for all the wrong reasons, okay? I get home, I wake up at 4 a.m, I take my high energy dog out, I go to work at my like blue collar, labor intensive-ish job. I get home, I take my high energy dog out again for about an hour, feed my cats, do any chores that I have, which are usually like dishes, and I try to sweep or vacuum or something. And then I can like finally like relax after that. And I just miss having like a partner, which is crazy because in this last relationship I was in, this little motherfucker didn't do anything. I did everything. He took the dogs out because we had 2 of them at the time, and he would like take the trash out. And I can do that. I can for sure do that for myself, but I miss having someone like be a team player. I am so tired. I'm so ran down. I feel so ugly all the time and I don't need anyone in my comments being like, you're fucking beautiful. I know I'm cute. I feel like I'm not myself sometimes. Like, this is not ideally how I want to be dressing always, but it's convenient. I'm not having my tits out and makeup on to go take out the trash and do grocery shopping and to like walk my dog. And I feel like I just want someone to be like, you're pretty and you're doing a good job and I see you and I love you. But I don't want any of that right now, because anytime someone even remotely has a crush on me, I'll block you. You tell me you like me, I will get rid of you so fast. So like, I don't know. I think I'm just tired, and it's hard because I need to do self-love. I have to look at myself and be like, you're so pretty with your pimple and your sty and whatever this is going on. And yeah, you are having a bad body day, but one bad body day doesn't, like, I have to just like do the self-love, which is great and part of the healing process. But some days when I'm just tired and sad, I want to be in someone's arms who genuinely loves me, and I know that they genuinely love me, and I just want to feel like safe and protected. And I have to do that for myself. And it's fine, because I'll probably have to forever, because I would rather do this for myself forever than settle for someone. I would rather take my own trash out forever than beg a man, like, not to yell at me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm feeling a certain way. I want to feel pretty. I don't want to feel in survivor mode. Like, But it's not really an option for me right now, and it won't be for a long time because I cannot realistically see myself getting into a relationship anytime soon, even though that I want to some days, even though that I want to start dating, but you guys are so disappointed. I can't even get past a talking stage because you motherfuckers are so weird. Y'all are so weird. And it doesn't even matter. This is about me. I just want to be in a relationship so someone can help me take out my trash and walk my dog, essentially, which is not a reason you get into a relationship. But yeah, some days I just want some help, I guess.
You're tired of being single, and every day you wake up and you're like, when will I find my man? Will today be the day? And so you leave the house, and every room that you walk into, you're seeking and scanning and hoping that you find your man, or that there's an attractive man in the vicinity that will hopefully come talk to you. That very thing is the thing that is repelling the man from coming to approach you. A saying that I like to say is stop pushing and start pulsing. Meaning when you're pushing to hopefully find your man and scanning the room, hoping that somewhere, somehow, in some corner of the space, your man is there, you're giving a very pushy, penetrative, masculine energy, meaning you're in this seeking energy. But the feminine is not the seeker. She is the attractor. And so when you talk about pulsing, you're at this frequency where people can feel you different. Where someone walks past you and they're like, who is she? Or someone talks to you and they're like, she feels different. Because you're pulsing with a different energy. You're vibrating at a different frequency. And if you can see this visual right here, you can see that this is the way in which the frequency of love, our heart's pulse, radiates out into the world, and it starts to create different types of communication with different people, right? That typically comes from a woman who is fully embodied in her body, who has done the work to heal her wounds, to move through the things that are causing her to feel fragmented so she can come into a place of wholeness. She has faced those parts of her that feel a little bit darker or a little bit more edgy to experience within herself. She's met the parts, and therefore she's not afraid to be seen. That pulsing energy is very inviting. People want to say hello. They're intrigued by what you're giving out. And you're not doing it to get something, you're just doing it to be that frequency because it feels good within yourself, because you're worthy and whole and healed and happy being alone. Start moving from that place in your life where you stop pushing and you start pulsing, and I can guarantee that things will shift for you in every single aspect of your life. If you're like, Erica, I've seen enough of your videos, I know that I need to do this work, just tell me in the comments, I want to do this work, and I will reach out and we can have a conversation.
You got these modern women all twisted up, turned around. A woman in the comments said, my heart is dead. I've been single too long. Somebody else said, easier said than done when you're not happy alone and you can't help it. How can you be happy when you aren't? Exactly. These modern women get online, they say a lot of BS. They love hearing themselves talk. I'm in the wrong business, man. I'm in the wrong business. Anybody that can put a pair of leggings on, stand in front of a bush and just talk nonsense and get clicks, why would you not?
Okay, so here's the truth. If you're single and you're tired of being single and you're tired of waiting and you're like, no one understands how I feel, I'm single, I'm tired of waiting, you know, I still haven't had my man yet, I've done this, I have done that, and I still do not have a husband, no one understands how I feel, why don't people just say, oh, they're saying things like, oh, be happy with yourself and, you know, be single. I'm not happy with that. This is not going to feel good when I say this. But that's why you're still single, because you aren't happy being single, because you're still missing the point that there's obviously something God has for you to do that you're just not doing it because you're still angry with God because he hasn't given you a husband. And that anger is not going to go away unless you give it to God. It's not going to go away because you get married. What it'll turn into is most likely some sort of entitlement, right? Like, okay, now I got to prove this. I got to do this because I'm married now. And that can get you in a real deep rabbit hole. Or you're going to stumble across a man that's actually not sent from God because you were too impatient to wait and you don't want to derail your promise. God sees when we as ladies are not completely happy with him. He's a jealous God. It says this in the Bible. Why would he want to give you to a man that he created when you can't even get with the man, when you can't even get with the one who created the man? when you can't even pray, you can't even love him, you can't even give him all your time and attention. You're too busy running away from him to get to the thing that he created. The order is God, man, woman, and child. So as a single woman, you have to learn to obey and be faithful and have a relationship with your Heavenly Father before he gives you a husband who you're going to have to obey, be faithful to, have a relationship with. And you know, when I say obey, I don't mean slavery. I just mean that you're under his leadership. So first things first, before you get to the man, you got to get with God, because God is the one who sends the man. God is the one who prepares the woman for the man. You're trying to miss the preparation process by just trying to skip that process with God and get with your man. Then you're saying, oh God, I'm so mad I ain't got no man. And God is like, what am I, chopped liver? Your impatience is really messing you up. So start saying, hey God, you know what? I still don't have a man yet. Is there something I should be doing? Am I going into idolatry? Am I idolizing a man? Am I looking for a man to fix my problems? Is what I really want from a man from you, or is it from anything that I want to gratify self? Those are the questions you need to start asking yourself as a lady. It's okay to check yourself before you wreck yourself. I've been there. We all been there. It's okay. You got this. Calm down. Sit down, drink some water, and pray to God and ask him what to do.
Modern women don't really realize they have a lot of entitlement. They have a lot of issues. I mean, I know you guys are going to therapy, but there's a lot of stuff that y'all need to work on that if you get in, like, forget marriage, forget making it to marriage, just getting into a relationship, just having a man commit to you is never going to happen, because you're not a great person. I know you probably don't want to hear that, but you got an attitude. Like she said, you got entitlement. You trying to rush everything. You be trying to rush everybody. Everything's got to be on your time, how you want it. You don't want to compromise. None of that. I think a woman in the comments here said, I've been single since 2016. Maybe I'm missing the bigger picture from God. A lot of modern women are. Another woman says, I give up. A lot of modern women do. They don't want to get in line. I mean, God dog, if you're praying and you're saying, I'm not going to get in line in the structure of a man, why would God send you a man? If God sends you the man and then you're like, I'm not going to follow that. I still need to have creative control. I still need to have a little bit of leeway to do this, and this. Why do you need to have leeway if God sent you the man? And you say that you trust God. That doesn't make any sense. Now you're saying that you actually don't trust God's decision making. And you do the same thing with your man. And you probably do the same thing with a whole lot of other people. It just doesn't show up because you're a boss babe and you work your own business and you're the boss and you can kind of tell people whatever they need to do. And because they get paid, then they're not going to tell you about yourself. But you've been this terrible person for a while. It's just now that, you know, you're getting into a one-on-one with a person, they can tell you about yourself.
I need to crash out for a second. Since most of you would rather wrangle a mongoose with your bare hands than deal with your single friends, I'm going to tell you a couple of things, because I think your single friends are tired. As the resident single friend, I think we're tired. When your friends are complaining about being single, there are certain things that are not helpful hearing. One, I could never be single. We know. We know you could never be single. We know that. You have a codependency issue. Of course you could never be single. Oh my God, I found my partner on Hinge/Bumble. All you have to do is get out there. Okay, there's literal piss in the dating pool, specifically on dating apps. It is so bad. And a lot of you haven't been on there in 4 to 5 years, so you don't know how bad it is. And the rest of you who found your partner in the last 1 to 2 years don't realize that was just simply luck. That was luck. You're so beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. I know that. I was never questioning beauty, competency, personality. I was never questioning any of that. I know I'm great. I'm fantastic. I would make a great partner. You don't need to affirm that for me. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think I'm beautiful. It doesn't matter, okay? I know that about myself already. But thank you, I guess. You just have to get out there in real life and meet somebody. Let me tell you about what happened over the weekend. I go to a bar and I simply make a joke. Something really obviously blundering happened to the bartender. He spilled a drink. And I make a joke to the guy standing next to me. And do you know that man looked me directly in my retinas and said, not interested, and walked away? I didn't. All I did was say it because it was very obvious. It was very obvious that things were happening at the bar. We were standing right in front. It happened. At no point was I trying to get to know this person in a romantic capacity. But that's how men react. They're insane, okay? They have no social skills. They have no hobbies. They have nothing to talk about, okay? Trying to talk to a man in the wild it's a humiliation ritual. Talking to a man in the wild is a humiliation ritual at this point. It'll happen when you least expect it. I think I will punch the next person that says that to me in the face. No, like I do think I'm going to jail for assault and battery. Like I'm going to prison because I am going to punch the next person in the face. Like I don't have anything else to say. I'm going to punch you in the face because what? Anyway, I have a long list of other things that aren't helpful, but just know that being single is not a moral failing on your friends. They don't always want you to try to remedy it, and sometimes they just want you to listen to what they're saying and listen to how hard it is sometimes, especially when you have standards, especially when you know that you shouldn't just be with anybody. Because if I wanted to be with somebody, I'd be with somebody right now, but I don't want to just be with anybody, okay? Your single friends are allowed to be frustrated. They are allowed to be irritated, and they are allowed to talk to what they think are their friends about it. Okay? They don't need you to try and fix it because you're uncomfortable that they're single. And that's the reality of the situation, because a lot of you are just uncomfortable that your single friends are single, and it would make your life easier if they had a boyfriend, because that means that they could come around and do couple shit and all kinds of things that you want to do. Okay? Anyway, okay, I actually have work I need to do. I can't keep crashing out on the internet, but I had to say something.
And this is kind of why you guys are where you at. This is why you guys are kind of where you're at. You know, it's literally all luck or settling. You guys don't understand. Whenever y'all don't understand how something works, then you call it luck. Whenever you don't understand how to do something, it's just luck of the draw. It's not. There's a formula to it. Obviously there's still chance because people are people, but you guys need to start taking more of a methodical approach to getting a man. That's what some of these dating, there's not a lot of them, but that's where some of these dating coaches are actually trying to get you in position. But you guys don't want to hear them. You want to go towards Shira 7. The women that talk silly. And that's why you continue to be in the position that you're in. Because y'all are taking bad advice. Bad advice.
I don't know. Maybe it's because Flow is about to come. Or, maybe this is just true human emotion and someone else can relate. It's just another ordinary Sunday, but it doesn't really feel ordinary. I am meal prepping for the week, and I just got a wave of sadness. It's really hard, when you are or have been chronically single. Some days are just really sad. I'd like to think that my life is full. I have amazing friends, an amazing career. My mom has been able to see me achieve success. But even saying that, it is not the same to not be able to share life with someone. And honestly, I really wouldn't know how to act if and when that time comes, just because I have been single for so long, for most of my life actually. And I don't know, turning 40 feels different. And while I love the fact that I have child-free days and, I am child-free, there is a piece of my life that feels very empty. When you go days without someone calling you, you know, without a man's interest to hear the words, I love you, I'm in love with you, how was your day? You know, to lay up on the couch and be in our own worlds, but being together, right? Like, life feels full, but life in some ways feels empty. And you know, there's this whole like love yourself and self-love and like make sure that you do the work. And I've done the work. You know, I have spent 5 years with my therapist. But, you know, I think I'm learning to no longer suppress those feelings, but to lean into these feelings because that is a part of the human experience. And I don't know why I said all of this, but, you know, maybe someone can relate to what I feel, you know, or what I'm going through. And,
Well, when this video was posted, it looks like it was posted around Valentine's Day, right? So I think the thing there is a lot of women, they do this thing to where they're going and it feels great and I'm doing all that I can do and I'm rocking and rolling. I don't really want a man, this, and this. But when stuff like this comes up, then you kind of sort of see, well, actually, I did want a man. Actually, I do want a man. Actually, it would be nice. It would be nice to have somebody do that for me. We can get you that. Let's see what you want. And then you pull out a whole list of standards that you're like, well, you're going to be single for a long, long time. Pretty much. Unfortunately for you. And it's not really because the men are trash, but it's because you guys think that you're entitled to a certain thing when actually this thing would be okay. It would be all right if you had this certain thing right here, that this certain man, he's good for you. He fits your life. I want a Ferrari. I want a Porsche. Everybody wants a Porsche. But this is a good car for you. Take the car, love it, cherish it, maintain it, wash it, make upgrades to it. Make it what you want it to be, right? You don't need a Bentley. You don't need a Ferrari. This is a good car. A lot of times modern women have these limiting beliefs. They want certain things. They got to have certain things. But if you would just get the car that's meant for you, you would be a lot happier. You don't want the build of a Ferrari. You don't want the maintenance of one. So what are you trying to get a Ferrari for? Well, I want to make enough money to do it and this, and this. There you go. Killing yourself. Trying to get into this upper echelon, which is good for you. But you burn yourself out and you get exhausted because, man, you know, I started this journey 10 years ago and I'm nowhere near close to getting a Bentley or getting a Ferrari. Right, that's what we were trying to tell you. Just get this car. It'll be fine. Well, I don't want no bare minimum car, no base level car. Did you know for the price that you were trying to get a Bentley, you can probably get like a fully loaded, I don't know, maybe like a Mazda or something like that. You can probably get the biggest Mazda, fully loaded. That means that you would have heated seats. You would have ventilated seats. You would have a premium sound system. You would have most likely the latest technology in safety features, a safe car. You'd have a good car. You'd have a nice car. You probably, for the cost of a Bentley, you could probably even customize it and get it sent. And you would have a fully loaded car. You would have leather seats. You would have a very nice, and then you would still have money left over if you wanted to. Why don't you just go get that? You guys, there's no telling what you can get on the open market. You can get a fully loaded Cadillac Escalade and still have money left over versus getting a Bentley. That means that you have more room. You have premium features. Yeah. And you have a nice car. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. You have a good guy out there for what you can get, and it's not settling. That's what you don't understand. well, I don't have a Bentley. People are going to look at you crazy like, what? Man, how stupid would it look? And I'm not calling you stupid, but how stupid would it look for somebody to get in your car and like, girl, this car is cute. Man, what you need this big car for? You got all this room in here. You got all this space in here. Man, you got the nice wood grain and the nice leather seats. And, this sound is jumping, girl. I like this. Where'd I get one of these? How much this cost you? And then you say, yeah, man, it's nice, but it ain't no Bentley. Huh? You say that to enough people, and they're going to be like, Angelica's tripping. Angelica got this. She got a fully loaded car. She got a fully upgraded house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Actually, it's a 4-bedroom because she just had to have it. 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. Fully loaded, fully upgraded. And she talking about she don't got a mansion. She talking about she don't have a Bentley. She don't have a Rolls Royce. People are going to look at you crazy like, what the heck is she talking about? Because it sounds asinine. It sounds ludicrous that you would have something so nice and then say, but it don't measure up to this. What? That's how y'all sound when y'all say this type of stuff.
I just watched a video of this girl saying how she's like chronically single, and I swear to God, I needed to see that video because I really be thinking something's wrong with me. Like, I really be thinking like, how am I single? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm a good cook. I'm good with cleaning. I'm health food conscious. I work out. Like, I have my own hobbies. Like, I'm super interesting. I'm super fun and creative. Like, I love to be outside, but I also love to be inside. Like, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, is there something wrong with me? And it's like, there's not anything wrong with me. I just tend to attract like weird guys, like golden retriever type guys who are like whenever I come online and I'll see like girls complaining about like their men aren't giving them the attention or they're not being consistent. Like, I don't have that issue. My issue is that guys will give me their utmost attention, but it's because they don't have anything else going on. Like, there's nothing else in their life going on. Like, their whole life becomes like wrapped around me, and like I'm just so interesting, and that's why they like me. But like, and I'll like them because they're consistent, but then I'm like, what do they have going on? Like, there's nothing that's really like drawing me in. Like, there's nothing behind the curtain. It's just like, oh, this is a nice curtain, but there's nothing else. And that is so fucking stressful. And then I start like guilting myself. Like, look at all these women on here who are like, complaining that they can't find a guy who's like really trying to show up for them, that's not being consistent, that's not, being romantic. Like, here I have guys who are trying to be like that. But I'm like, no, like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm settling. Like, every time I attract a guy, it's like one aspect of him is absolutely amazing, and then everything else is like just going to shit. Everything else, like, he'll be super consistent, and then like everything else is just bad. Like, they don't know how to clean, they don't know how to take care of themselves, they don't know what having their own life, their own lifestyle, their own like interests and hobbies are. Like, they just want to be around me, and I'm just realizing like this is not normal. Like, and sometimes it feels like they want a mommy. Like, I've heard guys say like that I remind them of their mom, or like I just give off really great like nurturing vibes. And to me, it's like I'm representing some type of mother figure that they're missing in their life, and that's why they like me. And it's like their life becomes better because of me, because I come into their life and I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing with your life? Like, hey, like, this is how you clean. Hey, this is how you cook. Hey, this is how you take care of yourself. Do you have any interests? Do you have any hobbies? Like, what do you do after work? Like, do you want a different job? Do you want to be working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life? Do you think about, working for yourself one day? Like these guys don't be asking themselves any of these questions. It's like they're just sitting around waiting for a woman/mommy to come into their life and then make them better. And it's absolutely depressing out here. Like, I would absolutely love to be in a relationship. Like, I know men are always like acting like women who have like businesses or something are like masculine or something, but I'm not masculine at all. I have my own business. I've been like doing the entrepreneurial thing for like over 10 years. And I'm not masculine. I don't think so. I so would love to have a man that like had something going on and really needed me to like add to his life. And I think that's kind of my issue is like, I want to feel like I have a reason to be submissive, but I end up attracting guys who give me no reason to be submissive to them. And then I end up seeming like cold, distant, uninterested. And then they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you being like that? Whatever. And it's like, there's nothing here. Like, you're not feeding me. It's not giving what you wanted to give. And I don't understand. Like, I feel like I'm going to be single like for the rest of my life. Because I refuse to settle. I refuse to settle just because like I want to feel love. So I'm going to just be with any old guy just because he's showing me attention. Like, at this day and age, giving me a little bit of love and attention, like, is not it. Not even being consistent is it anymore. Like, I don't want you to just be consistent towards me. I want you to be consistent in your own life. I want to call you and you're consistent with the things that I want to know that you have goals that you are working towards. I feel like a lot of guys out here think that like women are gold diggers or women want like a finished product. Women want a guy with 6 figures and a big house and a big car. Like, no, we just want to know that you know how to get there. We want to feel safe and secure, and then knowing that we'll be able to be a team and like we don't have to worry about like doing so much of the leading. We don't want to feel like we're the one that's doing so much thinking. Like, literally, I told an ex this one time. I told him, I want to be in a car with you and I want to just look dumb as fuck, just looking out the window and like not even thinking about where we're going, because I trust you that much. That I could just go to sleep, just stare out the window, like, and I know, like, I don't gotta be looking at my phone, like, he don't know where he's going. I don't trust him. Let me open up my Google Maps, because he's gonna go the wrong way. Like, I don't want to feel like that. Women, real women, want a man that we can trust him, that we see how he's, like, living his own life, how he's taking care of his own body, his own finances, his own interests and hobbies, that he's emotionally aware and able to like take care of his own personal situations, and not look at the woman like, what do I do? How do I handle this? Right? And that's not to say that like he can't have a woman, he can't like not ever know and like not ever need help. Obviously people need help. But to initially meet a woman and you're already giving off like you don't know where your life is headed, you don't really have true interests and hobbies, you're not consistent with anything in your life, your finances are messed up, like you have no true direction for your own life, and then you're trying to like get some woman on board, it doesn't make sense. All right, that's the end of my rant.
I think sometimes we say things that are very telling. What you'll notice with a lot of modern women, and I think she's actually pretty cute, by the way. To be honest, I'm looking at her pictures. Yeah, if you really look at her face, she's actually not that bad looking, to be honest. And then when she puts on a little bit of makeup, it enhances what it already is, that she looks like. So she's not that bad. She's not that bad looking. I think she might actually be. I think she's pretty. But I think a lot of times modern women, they think that they're a jack of all trades. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And they don't really see their glaring weaknesses. They don't really understand. So a guy in the comments says, y'all are liking the wrong guys. And she says, liking and attracting are two different things. Which one did I say? I think you said in the video, you said attracting. But it doesn't really matter. And a guy said, y'all are liking the wrong guys. Well, I'm not liking them. I'm attracting them. Right? So, and when she comes back to him, right? So here's the exchange. She says, the guy says, y'all are liking the wrong guys. She comes back and says, liking and attracting are two different things. Which Which one did I say? So now you're being condescending. Jack of all trades or Jill of all trades. You're being condescending. So you forgot, you left out that you can be condescending. You can be sarcastic. And you didn't say that in the video, okay? So he says attract. And she says, look at that. Yeah, so essentially another condescending comment. It's like, you guys, y'all don't realize that your attitude is bad. You give off a bad energy. Why do I keep on attracting these guys? Because you have a bad attitude. And not everybody, like, people aren't perfect. So there's going to be things about your personality that, you know, you got to work on, you got to build, you got to grow, right? But you guys are, with the personality or the behavioral patterns and traits that you guys possess, with all of the good, none of that good is going to come to a man because y'all are going to be divorced within 2 or 3 years. Your attitudes are going to clash. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how good you can cook, clean, be intimate. You can have the best head game, the best box in town. It doesn't matter. At some point in time, that's not going to be worth it to a man. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, well, man, but a lot of times for a lot of these brothers, they will go get a street worker because the street worker is not going to say a whole lot. Here's a transaction, take my money, give me what I'm looking for, and then boom. I don't have to deal with the attitude. I don't have to deal with the nagging. I don't have to put up with somebody disturbing the peace and the aura and the spirit and the energy of my house. I would rather do that than fool with somebody every day where I'm not really going to get intimacy or all of the things that you're saying I'm going to get. I'm not going to get those, but 20-30% of the time, realistically speaking. And I've invested $50,000 for expecting at least 60-70%. And you're what? 20-30%, you're 20-30 points below that. That's a terrible investment. It's almost like as soon as you buy the car, quote unquote, and I hate to use this analogy, it depreciates 50% off the lot, which is crazy because a lot of modern women put themselves as a premium product, a premium price. I'm this, I'm that. Like I said, a Jack or a Jill of all trades. But then when you really look at what's going on in their lives, as soon as you buy, or as soon as you say, okay, I do, within about 6 months to a year, if that long, all of the stuff that she said she was going to do, not doing it anymore. So if we started at what I'm willing to do, like say for instance, because I'm happy, I'm willing to, I'm so excited to be married. You can expect that somebody's probably going to be somewhere around, I'd say 80 to 100%. Well, not going to be 100%, but let's say 80 to 90%. And then over time, they might shift down to 70, 80% of the stuff being done, right? As soon as men get married and within the year, within a couple of years, they spent $50,000 now thinking that they're going to get this a majority of the time. That goes from 80% to about 30%. I've lost massive value within the first 2 years. Do you think that it's going to be profitable? Do you think that it's going to be a great ROI for a man to get married? You got to think about that type of stuff.